What's good, everybody? So I haven't made a video in a while, so I thought I'd do like another little editing tutorial. Today I'm gonna actually Instagram to completely edit a photo. I know they updated and they have some new editing features and things like that. I've never used them before. This is gonna be my first time. I just thought I'd make a video about it, see how good it is. Maybe some of you will think it's worth actually using to edit your photos entirely. So yeah, let's check it out. So I got my photo loaded up here. First thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is hit those diagonal arrows. That'll fit the picture 4x3. So I'm gonna kind of adjust this just so that my model's a little bit more towards the center of the photo. That looks pretty good there, I guess. Maybe right there. I'm gonna go ahead and hit next. And of course, the first thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is increase the brightness all the way so I can see what I'm really doing. So here you have a bunch of, I guess these are like the free presets for Instagram. You know, in the past they haven't really been that good, and they've, you know, really like decreased the quality of the image. But supposedly now they're pretty good. So let's go through and see. Maybe we can find something to work with. Looks pretty good. I'm all about simplicity, so anything that preserves, you know, the originality of the image itself, it just kind of amplifies it a little bit. That's what I'm kind of looking for. So I kind of like that. Maybe that. Go ahead and go with this. Go ahead and go with this Ludwig. That looks pretty good right there. Kind of preserves everything. Just adds a little bit of contrast. The skin tone looks pretty good. So down here at the bottom you have edit. Go ahead and hit that. So I guess these are all the different features or adjusters that you can use. It's pretty standard. First thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is hit this adjust because my photo is a little bit crooked. So I'm gonna try to make it a little bit more aligned. Okay, so you can just kind of move this with your thumb here to the left or to the right to adjust it. Go ahead and do like that. That looks pretty good. Maybe like right there. Go ahead and hit done. Just straighten it up a little bit, so that's pretty good. Go ahead and hit the brightness, add a little bit of brightness to it, which essentially is just increasing your whites. So just add a little bit, maybe like 15. I really like these. I wish VSCO had these sliders. You can just kind of like progressively increase. Instead of doing like full increments, you can just kind of little by little progressively see what the adjustment is doing. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at 15. Go ahead and hit it with some contrast. And the first thing I'm noticing is that these little adjustments aren't like making the photo look crazy. It looks real natural, makes it look you know, simple, not overly processed. Hit it like 25. Structure, I don't know what structure does. It said processing. So usually when there's something that I don't know what to do, I just hit it all the way just to kind of see. So what it appears to me is that this structure is kind of like the clarity feature on or adjuster in Lightroom. That kind of, I don't know, it kind of just like puts some contrast around the edges of certain lines to make it look really like sharp and contrasty. So that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna add a lot of that. I'm just gonna go ahead and do like 5 just to see what it does. The only thing I don't like about these sliders is that I'm kind of like OCD. I need it to be on the right number, so I want it on 5. Every time I move my thumb, it's going down to 4. F it, I'm gonna just leave it there at 4. So you got warmth, saturation. I'm gonna desaturate a little bit just because I like to fade the color, so I'm gonna do like -5. That looks pretty good. So you have color where you can add colors to the shadows or highlights. I'm gonna do that. I'll add a little bit of fade. That looks okay right there. I mean, I guess you can go more. I don't like to add too much fade. That's kind of why I desaturate, so it gives it that effect. I'll go like 10 maybe. Let me see this. I can't get it to 10. Okay, there we go. Done. So here you can actually save your highlights or add highlights, decrease your highlights, so that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll decrease them just a little bit, and then I'll up the shadows. Same with the shadows, you can either add more or save them a little bit. Do like 5, because I actually like how some of those shadows look in the detail. See how much time I have left. So I got a little bit of time. So it has an adjuster for vignetting. I'm not really into that. I'm not going to deal with that. Tilt shift, so this would be cool if you were like on a rooftop and you kind of just select an area and it makes it blur. So that's cool if, for instance, like you're on a rooftop and then you do like a linear thing on a street, and it kind of makes it look like a toy, like the vehicles are miniature or whatever. I'm not really going to use that. That could be a cool thing if you're into that sort of photography. And it has a sharpening filter. Now, on a lot of apps, a lot of like, you know, everything I've used besides VSCO, really, the sharpening is just too dramatic, and it makes the image look terrible. So I'm going to see how good the Instagram sharpening tool works. And I'm going to go all the way just to see what it looks like all the way. And it actually doesn't look, I mean, it doesn't look okay, but it doesn't look terrible as far as like making the image look super crazy. So this might actually be a useful tool. I do add a lot of sharpening. I'll go like 6 on VSCO for sharpening because I just like my images to be as sharp as possible. So I'm gonna see where it starts looking a little bit like too much. Maybe like right there, and I'm gonna just scale it back from there. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe like around maybe like 30. 30 looks pretty damn good. I'll go ahead and hit done on that, and that's basically it. And really, that's all you really need to do is, well, you know, I think, in my opinion, to, you know, preserve the simplicity of your image but still making it look really good. And looks pretty amazing, actually. That looks really good. It looks simple, natural. It just looks like the photo's enhanced a little bit more, which is what I really like. So I am pretty impressed. Now, the only thing I like about VSCO is that you can actually save your edits to your feed or your whatever, your grid, for later. So I pressed back and it said save as draft. So I'm gonna go ahead and save the draft. How would you pull that back up? I guess if you went to your Instagram. Okay, so once you hit the option to post a photo or whatever, you pull down and your draft is there. And so if you hit next, or your draft is there, okay, you can't go back and re-edit it, but at least your edit is there. So for instance, if you edited a photo and you want to post it later, you can save it to your drafts, and if it's the way you want it to look or whatever, then you could just go there, you hit next, and you're ready to post it. But yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, I mean, I'd highly recommend. It's worth trying out if you want to try a different editing platform. Use the Instagram tools, the editing tools, and you can really come up with something good. I mean, this is the original. That's the original there. And then this is post, so that looks really good. I actually really like that. So yeah, it's definitely worth trying out if you want to try something else, or if you just want to streamline your process and just edit and post within the same app. It's really good. I'm totally impressed. So yeah, I give that a thumbs up. Definitely try it out. And yeah, appreciate y'all watching. I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately. I had some computer hard drive issues, so hopefully have those figured out, and I should be posting a little bit more. So appreciate y'all watching. Subscribe, watch the other videos, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.